And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Mm, Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Well, over Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because he's a man and he's better on immigration.
He's a man. So if Kamala Harris and Donald Trump swapped bodies, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris's body, and Kamala Harris and Donald Trump's body, who would you support?
That's a logical fallacy. It's not going to
It's
happen.
not a logical fallacy. Would you like to engage with the hypothetical? I know you can't because you noticed that you've clearly lost on that one.
How did I lose? That's not possible.
It is possible. It's logically possible.
Freaky. This isn't
What?
Freaky Friday or
Yeah, so that's not
Jumanji.
contradictory. You now know the specific examples. So now, not only have you heard me specifically give those particular examples, right, and it is the case that you're referencing that, but also you know to engage with the hypothetical. How about you engage with it?
I'm not going to engage with something that's not possible. What if me and you
Okay,
swap bodies?
what is the logical contradiction?
If me and you swap bodies, would you be a Republican?
No, I wouldn't be because my consciousness specifically would still be the same as it is.
Right. So then his consciousness would still be a man because his brain
Yeah,
is different.
so his consciousness would be in Kamala Harris's body. That's the distinction. So from your perspective, because you probably see gender to be based in biological sex, you would say that you would vote for a woman in that scenario because the woman would be Donald Trump in terms of his consciousness.
No, I'm refusing to engage in that area of conversation because it makes no sense.
It makes total sense. What's the logical contradiction?
It's not possible.
What's the logical contradiction? That's not a contradiction.
The logical contradiction is that that's not possible. So the
That's
premise
not
of
a
the question is
contradiction.
based.
Saying it's not possible is not a contradiction.
How is it not? You're contradicting biology and science. How is that possible?
How? How is it contradicting
How would
biology and
so
science?
can is there any surgery that's ever been successful that you switched to brains to consciousness?
Okay. Just because we currently haven't done so within the context of our world doesn't mean it's not logically possible.
Why
Okay.
can't you just argue in
Listen,
a real world setting? Why does it have to be like
because
Frankenstein?
because it doesn't have to be that. It's just literally it's a hypothetical to engage right from a mental standpoint to get you to understand that just someone having that certain set of biology is not a reason to support them. It's based upon the characteristics that they have as a person, right? The leadership qualities. So how about you point towards those rather than just specifically saying that, oh, he's a man, I support him because he's a man. Because it
Parker, you're
really
a nice
doesn't sound
guy.
smart.
You're a nice guy and all, but this is not making much of sense. You need to rebuttal the main point, which is that Trump is a
I'm sorry,
man.
that made total sense. If it didn't make sense, that's a you problem. What?
Biologically, he is more fit to run
Everything
the
I just said
country.
made sense.
She was the border czar. She was in
The
charge.
border
I
czar is
mean,
not a real thing,
yeah. So let me ask you a
right?
question.
It was
They
never
said
applied to Kamala
they
Harris.
they said Joe Biden was the most mentally acute he's ever been. Yet three
Why
weeks
do you
later,
keep?
he
Do you want to talk about one thing, or do you want to keep changing the
yeah.
topic every
I
single
was
time I
going to bring up
debunk
the
what you
point that
say?
she was running the country. But that's besides the point. Let's get back to the
She was
original
running the country.
topic.
No, she was never the border czar, right? That's a made-up thing.
Mm,
Specifically, she was the authority that she was given, right? Was specifically to go to southern, Central American countries to raise private funds to reduce the likelihood of people coming here. Which she raised over $5 billion in funds to do so.
yeah, right. Let's get back to the point.
Okay.
So you've had no rebuttal for my original point,
What
except
was
for a
the original
hypothetical
point?
situation
What is the original
that
point that I didn't argue against?
Trump is a man and he's more fit to run the country.
Okay, so you said that he's a man, right? And he's more fit to run the
Right.
country. And I disputed
Right.
that with saying if you were to swap the particular
You didn't
consciousness of
dispute that though. That's not a
that's a
real
dispute.
argument. That's
It
not
is a real
real.
argument because I
It's not
showed you.
real.
I literally explained to you what it demonstrates. You didn't listen.
But that's not possible. If it's not possible in real world,
It
then it's
is
not
logically.
applicable to this
It is
argument.
all a hypothetical has to be is logically possible, and it's to
So
demonstrate
all
a
right, so
relevant concept,
hypothetically,
and it's to demonstrate a
hypothetically,
relevant concept.
hypothetically, if we can give all illegals due process, should they all be deported?
Wait, you said what?
Hypothetically, if all illegals got due process, should they be deported?
Got due process. No, I don't think every undocumented immigrant should be deported. If they haven't
They're
committed a
illegal, but
violent
that's
crime or bad crime, they should be given a
okay.
pathway to
But you
citizenship where they do not have to
you
leave the
haven't
country.
you haven't disproved my original point. Trump's still a man. That's not possible. That's not
Okay, well,
happening.
so I just what particularly about being a man makes you a better leader?
Men have been leaders in since the beginning of time.
Okay,
Every
so
conqueror and every world historian is a man.
Okay, well, every war has been started by men. You could say, right?
That's true. And every
So is
war
that
has been solved by them
if
too.
you're gonna
Every
categorize
war has
every
been
wait
solved by them
wait
too.
wait if you're gonna categorize every
Has
good
every
thing
war not been solved by them?
if you're gonna categorize every good thing to be relating to male leadership, then why don't you categorize every bad thing to be related to male leadership? Come on, right? Like, do you categorize every bad thing as like from male leadership?
That's not the case because it's always solved by a man.
Oh, okay, that's not always true, by the way.
Without men, women wouldn't be able to defend themselves. Men are
Without
put on
without
this earth to defend.
without in typical women, right? Men wouldn't exist. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, and
Right. So like,
men, women wouldn't
wait,
exist
hold
either.
up. And also, I just want to let you
That's my
know.
whole point.
I just
We
want to let
have
you know,
roles in society.
I just want to let you know, women
We
have
have
been the
roles.
backbone of our society, informationally speaking, right? Educationally speaking, right? Literally in terms of domestic labor in the context of the household for generation upon generation upon generation, which is probably one of the most influential positions because you literally are the ones literally raising the next generation, right? That's literally what you're doing. So if anything, wouldn't that be more important?
There's something going on my screen where I can't see the bottom half. Do you want to drop me and bring me back up?
No, you don't need to see that.
Okay, well, I can't
All
unmute
you
my
have to
mic.
all you have to do is debate me.
I understand, but what I'm saying is when you mute my mic, I can't unmute it from my angle.
Okay. Well, you just did.
So just if you're gonna mute my mic, just unmute it.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're the one that does it because you have to click it yourself anyway.
No,
So
it says the creator turned off my mic. I didn't turn it off, but that's
well, you
besides the
just
point.
turned it on though.
No, I didn't. It invited me to.
If I invite you, it doesn't turn it on unless you turn it on.
Yeah, I have to press on, but what I'm saying is I can't go to the bottom of my
Oh
screen.
wait, okay. So you get the notification. It's like
Yeah,
middle of the
yeah,
screen.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, I understand your point, right? Women are an important part of society. But what I'm saying is they have a specific role where they are more better off at succeeding.
No, wait. So okay, again, when you say that, you're just essentially arguing to everyone else that you're just a lazy piece. You don't want to do the domestic labor in the household. That's essentially what you're arguing.
Why
Like
is
genuinely,
that?
like to be totally honest
Why
with you,
is that?
that's what everyone else hears. Okay, you're a lazy piece
That's
of
not.
shit.
It's not because
That's
that's
what
how
it
it's been
is.
since the beginning of time. Only men
No, it
like you
isn't.
know
No, it isn't.
disrespect.
You can't just say because it's been like this for. Wait. Okay, this is also been something that's been legal throughout the context of history.
We're
Do you think that
not
do you think that
about.
justified because it's been legal throughout the context of
Of
history?
course not, but that's totally
Okay, so
different.
then your whole point here of specifically, oh, it's been true throughout the
Bro,
context of history.
you are taking that was the craziest straw man ever. You're taking
That's not a straw man. It's a hypothetical to demonstrate to you that this is true, that this type of reasoning is true. Like I'm confused what you're trying to establish there.
You literally
It's not a
just
straw
took
man.
the most drastic situation that you could pick and then used it to straw man my argument, bro. Come on, that's too far.
You were arguing, right? This is horrible reasoning. That just because it's existed throughout the context of history means that this is something that we should do. That's a naturalistic fallacy.
Anyways, all I'm saying is, on average, a woman would be much more inclined to success if she had a man to take care of her.
No. There's no evidence indicating that to be true. Would you like to provide any
I mean,
evidence? Actually, what I was telling you. Hold on. I remember now.
Ask any woman. Ask any.
Hold
I know
up.
you don't.
Stop. I don't want to mute. I don't want to mute you again. I don't want to mute you again.
Oh my god. Bro.
Okay.
This
I
is
will.
some
I literally
communist
will. I
shit.
literally will. Stop talking. Okay. So a naturalistic fallacy. I just wanted to get us back on topic. Naturalistic fallacy. Do you know what that is?
I would assume it's fallacy means something that's not true. So, what are you trying to get at? Something that is.
So you don't know. So naturalistic fallacy is essentially just saying just because something is a particular way does not mean it ought to be that way. That's essentially what it's arguing. Okay. It's a logical fallacy. Okay.
That's not.
Your reasoning here is so bad. I just want to let you know your reasoning here is so bad that it's deemed a logical fallacy, bro.
Any bad I know agrees. I don't know,
bro.
They can't say that.
One, don't refer to women that way. That's crazy. Two, if you want to reference this, you don't have any prescription of what women are saying. Every woman in the comment section is disagreeing with you.
Yeah, because I'm on a liberal panel. And let's be real, most of these women are lesbians.
I'm sorry. So then, like, again, your whole claim here that you've had anecdotal experiences with women that have said certain things is not a prescription for all of women.
Not what I said. I said men have been taking. I said men have been taking.
You made a generalization and a prescription about all of women,
right?
When you literally have just had anecdotal experiences.
God.
I think the claims of women in the context of the chat are definitely more relevant than literally your anecdotal experience.
I said men have been taking leadership roles on, and they've been the best at them since the beginning of time, and that's just how it is. And if there's never a woman president in my
Okay,
lifetime,
well,
I'd be happy.
you're not doing very good at leading this argument, right? Okay, would you
Why
like
is
to
it? Well, you're a
actually?
man, so if you beat me in this argument, God bless you.
He's like, you only did it because you're a man too.
I mean, are you not a
Well,
man?
no, I'm a man telling you that you're
And
stupid and that what you're saying
and
right
that's
now is
fine.
dumb as. So if I'm a man that's destroying you in a debate right now, how about you acknowledge the fact that women are equal to you and that you're not superior to
Well,
women in any
they're
way?
equal.
And the fact that you
They're,
think that you're a
oh
better
my
leader than
lord,
women just because you're a man is embarrassing as because you've done nothing
they're
but look like an absolute idiot this entire time on the stream.
seems like you're getting a little bit rage baited. Take it
I'm
easy.
not getting rage baited.
Women,
I'm just speaking quickly. I'm sorry that
women
you're getting shook. You don't know how to
got the
respond.
Ben Shapiro vibes going on. Listen,
Just speaking
women.
quickly.
Okay,
You know what's funny? I know that I've won when the only critique of the argument that you have against
I'm
me
about
is
to.
how
Well, I
quick
can't
that
speak.
I've
You
spoke.
keep muting my mic every time
I
I get
didn't
a
mute
point
you at
across,
all. I
or
didn't
you
mute you.
go, wait, hold on, I remember what I was going to talk about.
That's one
So,
time. I did it one time
hey,
because we literally like got cut off in the conversation. I forgot. Like what?
all right, you take it easy. So, what I'm saying is the same thing I've been saying this whole time. Biologically, it's wired in men's DNA to lead. That's what men want to do. Men take leadership roles on it, and I'm sure you would agree. I know that doesn't look good for your PR and for everything, for you to make everything equal. Women are equal in the sense that, yes, we have the same right to exist, but when it comes to leading and it comes to taking on problems, especially physically, and things that take high stress environments, stuff like that, men are just better
Really?
at.
Really? Do you have
And
any good evidence?
women are very emotional.
Actually, women actually deal with stress
Yeah.
actually to a greater extent,
Can,
specifically in terms
can
of
I
a better
say? Can I
context.
say?
Men actually
Am I
don't
able?
deal with stress better. Could you give me any source that indicates that to be
Yeah.
true?
Every leader since the beginning of time, every philosopher, anyone who's ever invented anything great has been a man. The light bulb, the telephone, the airplane.
No, I don't think everything specifically that you're going to point to that's been invented that you
Thomas
would consider
Edison,
was
the Wright
created by a man.
brothers, literally.
This is a ridiculous standpoint. Also, just because in the context of history in a patriarchal system, because women have been literally not allowed to get into positions where they are specifically allowed to even take credit for these different types of inventions in the very first place, that they were specifically credited to men, right? And also, you're not acknowledging any of the things in history specifically that would be specifically created by women. And even so, that's not a reason or an argument to say that, like, it is a case that someone is a better leader, right? Like, literally, a few men specifically being involved in creating inventions is not indicative of, one, their leadership qualities, and two, it's not indicative of all men's leadership qualities in comparison to women. That's a composition fallacy. All right. So all you've done in this entire argument is engage in fallacy after fallacy after fallacy in trying to justify your absolutely atrocious position that you think that men are better at leading than women and that you think that men are superior than women. Right.
So
You literally tried to
everything
argue that Kamala Harris you wouldn't vote for because she's a woman. Let me ask you this question. Would you vote for Joe Biden or for Nikki Haley?
Oh, Joe Biden, Nikki Haley's a warthog.
Okay, well then let me ask you this next question then. Would you vote for Joe Biden or your mom?
Joe Biden.
Would you vote for Joe Biden over any woman?
I mean, on average, yes.
No. Any woman on the planet. Is there
Well,
any
who's the
woman on the
woman?
planet you would
Is
vote
the
for
is
over
the
Joe
is the
Biden?
woman is the who's the woman though? It has to
No,
matter. On average,
no.
I would say
I'm asking you a question. Is there any
I
woman
yeah,
on the planet
I
that you would pick over Joe Biden?
99.9% of the time, I would pick Joe Biden.
Dude, you are a Joe Biden glazer, man, and you're literally
I
not. You
don't
don't even
even
like Joe Biden. That's literally
no.
just because you're a
I don't have
misogynist.
that big.
It's literally you're
I think
such a
I think
misogynist. He's such a
I think.
misogynist that
Oh
he
my
thinks
God!
Joe
Come on, don't
Biden is
bash
a.
me, dude. That's
No, you are such a misogynist that you think Joe Biden is better than 99.9% of women at leadership when the guy is literally like grandpa status right now. What are you talking about, dude? I'm sorry. That's an insane take. That's a diabolical take. Okay? Bro is definitely in grandpa status. Okay? And it is the case that you think he's a better leader than 99.9% of women? He's in retirement, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude?
I was talking about prime Joe Biden, like Jim Crow Biden.
We're talking about right now. Oh, you're
Obama.
weird, bro. Why would you
What do
say
you
that?
mean? He
One,
signed in
one,
Jim Crow. He signed
wait,
like against Jim Crow
what?
bills, did he not?
You mean against Jim Crow? So why'd you call him?
Obviously,
Okay, then why'd you call him that?
because was he not? Was that not prime Joe Biden?
You what? No, why'd you call him that? Why'd you use that? Why didn't you say
Jim
anti?
Crow Joe.
Why didn't
It's a nickname that was given to him.
Okay, well, I mean, I did never have heard about that. I'm sorry, I wasn't around at the time. I guess.
Oh, it's okay. Neither was I. I'm 21.
Yeah,
But
I
people
know.
talk about it. Anyways, back to the point. I was talking about prime Joe Biden, 2012. You know, he's a pretty smart guy.
Okay,
But that's
we're talking
besides
about
the
right
point.
now. Can I talk about right now? Would you
Well,
take
he has
Joe Biden
dementia,
right
so
now? Would you take Joe Biden right now, right over every woman on the planet Earth?
but that's not fair because he's not mentally fit to
Okay, wait, no,
fit
no. So,
office.
okay, no, it is fair. It is fair. So,
No,
who
it's
would you
not.
rather pick?
He's not.
Would you wait?
He's
Would you
not
rather
mentally fit.
wait? So then, are you saying that a woman specifically would be a better leader than Joe Biden?
If he has dementia or Alzheimer's, he can't. He's not fit.
Okay, so you would pick a woman over Joe Biden then?
If the man has Alzheimer's or dementia,
Okay, like Trump?
how would Trump have dementia? He said he passes cognitive tests
wait,
with
wait. Okay,
numbers
wait,
never
wait,
seen.
wait. Okay, okay. Numbers never seen before. He says that every time. Okay, can you tell
Yeah,
me?
I mean,
can you, wait, no. Can you tell me any evidence there is specifically that indicates that Joe Biden has dementia?
He literally called Zelensky Putin. Like what the fuck?
That's not indicative of dementia. I'm sorry, my grandma
That's
had
not.
dementia. That is not
He
indicative of dementia. That's
okay.
ridiculous.
My
That is a
grandfather has
ridiculous.
dementia
Yeah, that's a ridiculous. So
too.
then you
He
know. So
sounds
then
just
you
like Joe Biden.
no,
They
not at all.
slur their
Wait, I'm
words
sorry.
and they make
That
up
is a
their own
ridiculous.
speech patterns. Does
That is
Biden not
that
do
is a
that?
that is a ridiculous. No, Donald Trump does that. That's a ridiculous
Yeah,
assertion to
right.
say that that's indicative specifically
That's
of
kind of
having
biased,
dementia.
bro.
And by the way, his doctor has not indicated that he has dementia. And by this time, they indicated all of different medical reports that specifically
Right.
like you probably wouldn't want to
Yeah.
if you were in a position of office.
Private doctors that he pays for, bro. I mean, don't be all.
Wait,
Don't
no,
be.
what do you
don't-
mean?
You're
They
a
were
smart
they.
guy, bro.
What are you talking
You're a
about?
smart guy. Don't be.
They were
Don't be naive.
they
You're
had
a smart guy.
they had White House doctors.
Yeah. Who does the White House work for?
Wait, the White House is the government, the executive.
Okay, and Joe Biden works for the government. He's the president. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, so what's
Let's
your
get
point?
let's get off the Joe Biden thing. All I'm saying is the
What?
bottom line is men have
Well,
been
let me ask you this
leaders
question.
and
How about this? How about this?
problem solvers.
Would you vote for Kamala Harris or
100%. He was